Namaste. Good afternoon out there to everyone. Guys, I welcome you today to come in and sit with me because I am going to have a real talk. This will be a very authentic real talk. This is Destiny. It is a beautiful Wednesday. It is November 27th, 2019. Guys, I have a message and I'm going to pour out my heart. You know Destiny, she's raw, she's authentic, she's right up straightforward. She bring it just like the Creator gives her. This message may offend someone. This message may hurt someone's feelings. This message may not even resonate with you. But we all have choices. If you don't like what I'm saying, you can push the button and keep going. But if this message catch your attention and something you resonate, guys, keep listening. Because this is the place that the divine creator, he is trying to get us to our higher and greater self. We have to move through this spiritual journey. And we have to be on point. Always with our antennas up. And our hearts listening to the divine creator and the gut intuition within us. So we can go on our spiritual journey and end at the place that he is trying to put us at. Guys, let's get started. This is going to be pretty long. It's going to be a heart-to-heart talk. Guys, please sit with me today and listen to this message, okay? Sit with Destiny today. This message is titled Authenticity, Spiritual Unfoldment. And you look right out in front of you, you'll see it written there. Spiritual Unfoldment. And you'll probably say, now Destiny, what is spiritual unfoldment? Well, I'm glad you asked that question. You may not hear a lot of talking about spiritual unfoldment, but it's a very important topic that we probably need to learn more about. Okay? So let me tell you, spiritual unfoldment, guys, is this. It is the process by which a person may become more aware of their spirituality nature. They become more aware of the spirit within themselves, okay? And you're probably asking another question, well then Destiny, what comes along with this kind of practice or this kind of spiritual unfoldment? And I'm glad you asked that question as well. Because the practices combine things such like meditation, relaxation, spiritual healing, and spirit communication. And there's a whole lot of different teachings from a whole lot of teachers out there. Everybody may seem to have a platform, a message, and I know that we are all on journeys, and we all may be on a different journey with a different message. But our message is our truth. Whatever the Creator puts in within you, your gut intuition is going to tell your truth. But then we have that few out there, or we have some out there, or we have many out there that goes around with these loud voices, making all kinds of noise and out there with all kinds of things just shooting out of their mouth. And they shoot it out of their mouth such a high, vibrant speed and rate and sound because they want to shut out everybody else. Because they don't want to hear what anybody else has to say. These people out there doing such things, they think that their practices and what they're speaking and what they're presenting and what they're talking about are the only right way of doing anything in this spiritual journey. Guys, this troubles me all the time. You hear me in my videos. I hate to see separation between the Creator and his creation. And between creation and creation, warring and fighting and arguing, debating. with what the divine creator is trying to bring us to our greater and higher self, our God consciousness, trying to bring us to the kingdom of God, to our higher and greater enlightenment. Guys, why are we so divided? That hurts me so much to see such division between our brothers and our sisters when we are supposed to be all one. But why are we so divided? When the same divine creator, he created us alike. In that Bible, if you go back into Genesis, I think it's in chapter 1 of Genesis, it tells us he created us, his creation, mankind, in his image and in his likeness. But guys, let me tell you, I'm being front, I'm being straightforward, and this is destiny. But there is something that I have to admit. And y'all know me, I am totally raw and authentic, and I'm going to put it out there. If the creator says speak it, if the creator said do it, I'm going to do it just like the creator gives it to me. I hold back no shame. I don't hold back any fear anymore. So I'm going to say it. And I'm going to be totally honest. And that's the way I like being with you guys. I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm definitely going to be honest with myself. And I'm going to be honest with the divine creator God, the way that he showed it to me, because I'm going to represent him. And when I do, destiny is going to represent the divine creator very well. But guys, I'm going to tell you this. Sometimes I really dislike being around my spiritual family. My spiritual family, those with their high ass, yes, Destiny said high ass, views of the creator and his creation, which all boils down to religion manipulation. Yeah, I said it. Religion manipulation. It's just another control mechanism, because you want to control people the way that the world system have controlled you all of your life. Now you feel like I gotta owe this back because somebody controlled me, used me. Now this is the only thing I ever been taught, so I have to learn how to control, lose it. Guys, but listen, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, I'm talking this straight out of my heart. Now, I do really seriously. I have a very few wise friends and teachers that have humbled me with their wisdom. I am so enlightened by their teachings and by what they're saying, because these are the ones that truly have been unfolded to the wisdom and the knowledge of the divine creator, and they have really tapped into the heart of the divine power. And I listen to them because my spirit resonates with their teaching. But I can't tell you guys, listen, how many times that I have really stopped and listened. Like I said before, I don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, guys. You may have a message, you may have a message, she may have a message, or he may have a message. Now I'm going to listen. But I'm not saying because I'm listening that I'm agreeing with everything, but I'm going to listen, and then I'm going to weigh everything that I hear from teachings and from other people teaching. I'm going to weigh it with what the universe is saying. But so many times I befriended someone that I thought was like-minded. Or I went up and I just joined their Facebook group about a practice or teaching that I really loved. Or I had someone I've known for a very long time, or all of a sudden they just get into this conversation about spirituality. Only to find that for those reasons, guys, that these things that I had really expected to bring me closer to my brothers, my fellow brothers and sisters, guys, it just only pushed me farther away from them. Maybe because the arrogancy, or maybe because you can feel their pride, or maybe because you can feel like they were boasting, or they were putting themselves on a high plane or high ladder so they can seek attention. I don't know what it was, but it was something that did not resonate with what the Creator God had put in my spirit. And all I had to say was vanity, vanity, vanity. There is no new thing under the sun. And that is the way that I perceive a lot of teaching from people out there, because they want to just run their mouth off and talk all the time, and they will not give way for another person to be able to express their thoughts, their opinions, or anything, because I know it all. They become that all-knowing person. They think they got it all. Remember, your truth are your truths, my truths are my truths, their truths are their truths, and we have to respect people. But guys, I found this out. Everybody wants to be the voice. Or maybe I'll say 80% of everybody out there that's teaching some practice in this spirituality journey wants to be the voice that goes around doing all the speaking. And when this happens, then all of a sudden the dialogue starts to flow. The sharing of perception begins to occur, and the spiritual confrontation matches. It began, and then we find ourselves battling, warring, and fighting against one another, debating. Guys, and I hate those. I hate those confrontations. I hate those arguments. I hate those debates, because you know what? Such conversations and such anger and frustration and bitterness and such things as battling with our brothers and sisters, it only divides us even more. And I think it's important that we can all take an honest look at what is going on in our new found culture, our spiritual journey, and our spiritual awakening. In this newfound culture of free-flowing spirituality information and our chosen path that the Creator has put us on. And in our new world of spirituality knowledge and all our spiritual practices and our spiritual services, we find that we need to push panic buttons to get people focused on the knowledge that we want to share. And we want to force it on people. We want to force it, and we want to shut people down. We don't want to hear other people, but you got to hear me. And that's the way a lot of people is thinking, and the way a lot of people is putting information out there. You can't listen to nobody else but me, because I'm telling you the truth. Please, just stop fighting. Let's stop worrying, and let's stop dividing ourselves. Guys, listen. In a very real way, we have taken so much knowledge, so many teachings, and so many practices, and we have effectively thrown them all together in a blender. It's like we're making our favorite smoothie. We put all the things that we want into that smoothie. And then we are left by ourselves now to pick up those shattered pieces of all those things, all that knowledge and all the teachings and all the practices, whatever that we bring to the forefront. And then we take all the pieces and we put it all back into the content. And that's how we create life, not for ourselves, but we create that life for many others. But guys, I want to say something else. Now, like I said, I go through Facebook a lot because I'm looking on Facebook and I want to hear what is going on, what the people are talking about, where their hearts are, where they are, what path they are growing in. And guys, just a couple minutes browsing through the conversations in any kind of Facebook group that has these words like spiritual or spirituality, the 7 major chakras, enlightenment, meditation, Kundalini, any other spiritual hot button name for that matter. I'm telling you. In its name, guys, I'm telling you, it will make it very obviously clear that despite all of our unification under the blanket concept of spirituality, we are hardly, guys, on the same page with each other. I'm telling you guys, we are so divided and separated, and it hurts. Each and one of us who's trying to unfold our spiritual journey and move into our greater and higher self that the divine creator God is calling us to come to our spiritual kingdom. We appear to be so divided and at war with each other. And guys, listen, that is something I really think that we need to think about. And we need to ask questions. Why? Why is this happening? Why are we allowing ourselves to be separated and divided and to be so unloving and so disrespectful to our spiritual brothers and our spiritual sisters, our spiritual families, our soul tribe? Guys, listen. In fact, with all the information that has been thrown out there to mix and match, sample here and sample there, and combine in however way we all decide, guys, there are infinite amounts of different perceptions. There are infinite amounts of different opinions and beliefs of even some of the most basic and simple spiritual concepts. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm speaking for Destiny. I can only speak for me, but I find it so annoying when my spiritual brothers and my spiritual sisters and my spiritual family, our spiritual tribe, our soulmates, that we are fighting against the universe, our divine creator of the universe, because another person is not acknowledging the divine creator of all life and of all things to be God. Everybody push this concept, God, 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 God. If ain't God in it, then you are ungod. I'm just saying it like that. Then you're wrong. Then you're teaching wrong. Then you're not in the faith. Guys, it's so much division. And it all comes down to God. Why are we fighting? Guys, I told you many things can be or become a God. Whatever that you give your highest attention to, your passion, your love, and you spend most of your time with, guys, that will become your God. So I'm going to ask you, what a name got to do with it? He is your divine creator, your higher, greater power. He is your divine source. He is the creator of the universe. If you have to name him a name, name it. But stop fighting about one particular name or this particular name or that particular name, saying that we got to be calling him or that or our divine source or our higher power, anything. He's our creator of the universe. Guys, listen. One of our greatest flaws amidst all of this is that we have such a human tendency to want to decide that we know everything, that we have all the answers. I keep repeating that we got it all figured out. Well, let me tell you something. Get out of people's faces and trying to tell them how to do their life and start doing you. Start living you. Start living the things that your Creator has placed in your heart. And you can hear what your Creator God is telling you if you will stop so much of the noise and stop so much of the fighting and arguing and shouting what He is speaking to you, and get out of other people's business and out of other people's journey unless they invite you in. And then if they do, then respect what they believe. But we think that we got it all figured out. Even that we know it so well that we know better than anyone else. Guys, you got to remember this. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall, guys. Guys, that was in your Bible. And I think it came out of Proverbs 16:18. Let me repeat it again. Pride goes before destruction, and haughty spirit before a fall. Yes, I do really believe that was Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18. Take heed. Pay attention. Creator is always speaking to you. The universe is sending you messages all the time. It does not matter how He sent it, through what means He sent it, through what person He may send it, or through that Bible. You better pay attention. Guys, and there is a lot of misinformation, a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of ignorance going on that is confusing at best and genuinely, guys, harmful at worst. And it's at the risk of being arrogant enough to declare that I know anything at all, and omitting just that. And when you admit that you don't know anything, guys, it will bring you to the brink of awakening to your true self, your true identity, your true purpose, and who you are. And I had to come to that place because I got tired of the fights of other people. I got tired of people bad mouthing me. I got tired of people arguing with me. I got tired of people debating, and got tired of people calling me out and want to put me out there so they can slander what I was saying and I was teaching. I got tired of fighting with it. When I threw up my hands and I said, I know nothing. I don't know anything. And I meant it within my heart because that's what the Creator had put in me, and I truly came to agree with what He said. I knew nothing anymore. I became without knowledge, without my own knowledge, and I began to trust the universe and to trust my gut intuition and everything that the Creator was showing me, and that silenced everything within me where I stopped the debating. I stopped listening with a harsh way of listening. I became humble. I became humble. And we have to come to that place, admitting just that. And when you start admitting that I know nothing, it brings you to the brink of your spiritual awakening, and it will bring you to the place of your true self, your true identity, and your true purpose. Now, let me say, look at this. Look, let me give you 11 practical indicators, guys. And this is what this message is all about. Genuine spiritual progress. Let me tell you what it really truly looked like, and you need to know if you have reached to that place by you going through these 11 practical indicators. Now, regardless of what your practice is, or your philosophy is, or your preferred tradition may be, guys, you need to hear this. You got to get this. And once you really have grasped this, and you have learned what spiritual unfoldment is, then I propose that no matter where we all are on this crazy, confusing, tripping, intense journey of spiritual awakening, guys, that we all can find some common and solid ground in being practical, in being human, realistic, understanding, compassionate for one another, and being honest with ourselves, as well as being honest with our spiritual brothers and our spiritual sisters, our soul tribe, our soul family, our soulmates. Guys, it's time to be real and honest. Examine yourself, because I'm going to run through these spiritual practical indicators that's going to tell you whether you're genuine in your spiritual progress or not. Number one, you have stopped caring whether others see you as spiritual. It doesn't matter whether your friends or your family, your acquaintance, or your fellow spiritual Facebook group buddies think of you as someone who knows their spiritual stuff or not. It don't matter no more. You no longer need to prove what you know, or what you believe or feel, or your intuition, or what you think to anyone anymore. You understand that many people out there don't hold similar views as yours. And you even understand that many of your fellow spiritual buddies out there may completely disagree with you or what you're saying. But guys, love them, smile with them. And it's okay. It's okay to disagree. The urge to argue and all that debate or to convince others of the legitimacy of your awareness and your awesome knowledge and your elevated spiritual state is no longer there. God, you're growing now. In fact, you're not even sure if you care whether you're spiritual or you're a spiritual person at all anymore. Not anymore, not even yourself. You're just you, whatever that is. And that's what I say. I am my authentic, beaming self, guys. And you got to get out there and you got to find you. You got to find your true expression of your authenticity. Number two, things just don't bother you like they used to anymore. And what used to really grind your gears just doesn't anymore grind you. It doesn't crank you up. And this shows you that you are moving into your greater self. This could show up in a traumatic ways, like all of a sudden your annoying co-workers, they don't annoy you anymore. Things are not going your way. And it becomes okay. And you're at peace with it. Not having money doesn't stress you out like it used to. Making a dummy out of yourself in public doesn't cause you to lose sleep anymore. Or you go home and you play the situation over and over again in your mind, thinking about what you should have said or how you should have said it, or if you should have done it this way or you could have done it better that way. None of that stuff bothers you no more. Guys, it's all okay. Number three, you find yourself less stuck in your own head. At one time, it's all about I, guys. Now you're moving into a agreement more with your creator and the divine source and with your brothers and sisters. There are times when you are just able just to be. You are finding that the incessant voice in your head, the one that constantly chatters and overanalyzes things, thinks things to death all the time, and revisits the past, doesn't have to grab your attention all the time anymore. You're moving away from all of that. And sometimes you just want to be who you are. And sometimes you can just be still. And sometimes you begin to see the repetition of the rational mind and realize it can even be kind of boring. You also see that it's possible to choose not to identify yourself with such things. Because now, guys, none of these things no longer move you. Number four, guys, you have stopped trying to be saintly, that goody-good two-shoe kind of person. After going through a phase of trying really hard to be only positive, to be good, to be righteously, saintly, and uplifting all the time, guys, guess what? You have finally accepted that you are human and you have your own fair share of darkness. Even though you are a spiritual being, having a human experience on this earth, you are okay. Rather than trying to run away from it, oppose it, or resist it, or you tell yourself and others that it's not there, you are now owning it. You're standing up to the truth. You're standing up to the things that are standing in your way. You're facing it. You're owning it. You are letting yourself look at it with curiosity and acceptance. And you are learning from these things. Instead of pretending that it doesn't exist, you are learning from these things. You're standing up to them. And you're putting these things in your place. And you're not allowing these things to no longer control you. Rather than beating yourself up or just going around and just beating yourself up of having negative thoughts, guys, and all these tendencies and reactions and all these negative feelings, now you are going into these treasures within to learn the lessons from them and to grow from their explorations and from their experiences. Number 5, guys, you practice rain or sunshine. The motivation for your spirituality practice has matured. It's not because you got excited about an end result or because it makes you feel better about yourself or your life. Guys, listen. It's because that is just what you do. You have learned to dance in the rain just like you have learned to dance in the sunshine. And guys, it's your path and you are walking it. And my advice is keep walking it and moving forward to your greater and higher self. Also, you practice regardless of what is going on or how you may feel. And you don't practice more when you are upset because it makes you feel better. And you don't practice more when you are happy because your mood or your bad moods have a tendency to demotivate you, or it can make you cynical about things. Guys, you just practice because that is what you do, because it is now a part of you. Number 6, you are able to do kind stuff without expecting any recognition or reward.